So you will see there is a degree, 23 degrees 5 minutes will be the inclination. मतलब इतना झुका हुआ है ये ecliptic. Makar Sankranti is the day when sun enters in Capricorn, and that is why the sun will start moving up, and slowly it will meet a point of vernal equinox at 21st July. आद्रा के नक्षत्र में वसंत संपात हो रहा था, यानी कि somewhere over here the vernal equinox was there. There is something called as Ayanamsa. What is this? This is a very famous word that people use, and the only those people use who are intelligent, and who have done some kind of those people who have a certain background in like the mathematics part of the calculation, and they will really know what Ayanamsha means. If you want to check somebody has learned and go through the Kundli Nirman process, you just ask him to explain what is Ayanamsha. If he is able to explain Ayanamsha, he knows that lot of mathematics he knows in terms of what Kundli Nirman means. If he doesn't explain what is Ayanamsha, he does not know anything about Kundli Nirman and how to make it. It's a quick test. So what the word, before we go into like now what is Ayanamsha, what we want to know is what is iron. Everybody again going to sleep. Okay. So what is iron means? Anybody? What iron means? Those who have not read the books. Simple. What iron means? No? Okay. See, we read Ramayana. The word Rama is, we know, Ram is the name. And the remaining part is Ram iron. Over there we heard the iron word, but nobody tried to take effort to what iron means. And Ramayan, that is what it is. Ramayan. It is so, it is iron ka shabd hum log ko abhi naya nahi hai. It was there always in front of us. Ramayan.
मीन्स उसके थ्रू आना आना जैसा वर्ड.
No, it's not ana, it's movement. Iron means movement. So the whole Ramayana, the heading of the Ramayana says it's the story about Ram's movement, how the Ram moved throughout the plain, how he moved from the jungles, and how he went to Sri Lanka and everything. It's a story about Ram's movement. So Ayan means movement. Simple. So Ayan Amsha. Amsha शब्द जो है, Ayan Amsha. So it is something that is telling you something about a movement. Ayan Amsha. Amsha is a like na a smaller word. Amsha जो कहते हैं ना कि कितना बढ़ा आगे हुआ, ऐसा बताने का तात्पर्य है. How much it moved. Ayan Amsha. How much it moved. That is what is the concept. Okay. So Ayan Amsha. What is Ayan? We covered it. What we have. So what is happening is, last time you remember we looked into this thing, vernal equinox. Vernal equinox क्या होता था? कोई मुझे बता दो फिर से.
It is when the equator intersects with the ecliptic.
Yes, correct. So can you see my screen?
Not yet.
थोड़ा सा मैं ड्राइंग करना चाह रहा हूँ. ठीक है. So this is Earth. Remember, this was the ecliptic. This is the ecliptic, the outer portion, and this is where the Gemini lies, and this is where the Scorpio lies, and this is like this is at, if I make this as a axial point, so you will see there is a degree, 23 degrees 5 minutes will be the inclination. मतलब इतना झुका हुआ है ये ecliptic. It's not वो झुका नहीं है, अर्थ झुकी है. It's just that we are changing the viewpoint. ठीक है. So इसका इक्वेटर है. So अर्थ का इक्वेटर है इस प्रकार से. So equator is there, and then this equator can actually be expand in this way. हम्म, ठीक है, ये इक्वेटर को मैंने बस आगे बढ़ा दिया, लाइक इट्स लाइक दैट. So these intersection points are the points of where the day and the night will be equal. These are the this is the point of vernal equinox only. So one is vernal, one is autumn. So I told you in the last lecture to come and to have us already seen it. One is vernal and one is autumn. So one is autumn equinox and one is vernal equinox. So what happens is sun appears to move in this path. That is why we call it ecliptic. And other planets also appears to be move in this path. So what happens is once sun goes down. So this is the time when like ना when we say जब वो हो रहा है कहते हैं हम बोलते हैं उत्तरायण and दक्षिणायन. There's a term called as Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. This is a famous term. The moment Makar Sankranti will happen, what will happen is sun will start moving up in this direction. When the moment Dakshinayan happens, sun will start moving down. It will appear to be moving down. So right after Gemini, actually it happens near Cancer, Cancer sign, that we start saying, okay, now the sun is starting to move downwards, appear to moving downwards. And from Scorpio, maybe in Sagittarius, after Sagittarius, we say it has now started moving, not Sagittarius, actually Capricorn is the sign. Capricorn is the sign. Now sun has started moving upward. And that is why Makar Sankranti is so famous, because the Makar Sankranti is the day when sun enters in Capricorn. And that is why the sun will start moving up, and slowly it will meet a point of vernal equinox at 21st July. Oh, sorry, 21st June, where day and night will be equal. Okay. But is it, but these vernal equinox point are not fixed. समझो, ये फिक्स नहीं है ना, कोई ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि वहां पे बुलेट लेके उसको होल्ड, वो क्या ड्रिल कर दिया या कुछ ऐसा कर दिया, फिक्स कर दिया. दिस आर नॉट फिक्स पॉइंट्स. दे मूव, दे मूव इन वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, लाइक ना हजारों लाइक ना सालों के ड्यूरेशन में ये मूव करते हैं. एंड that is where there's a mentioning of like na different stars within like na within Vedic structures, Vedic literatures. There are mentions कि जब मघा में वर्नल इक्विनॉक्स हो रहा था तब की ये कहानी है, ऐसा मेंशन्ड है कि वर्नल. सो एक तो मतलब लेवल होता है कि डे बताना, तिथि बताना, दैट इज द बेसिक लेवल ऑफ पीपल who will tell you this information. But the rishis are telling when vernal equinox is happening in, यानी इसको बोलते हैं वसंत, संस्कृत में बोलते हैं वसंत संपात. ओके, वसंत संपात, वसंत ऋतु आती है अभी फरवरी में शुरू हो गया, वसंत पंचमी बोलते हैं इसको, पंचमी के बाद से. सो वसंत संपात जहां हो रहा है वो मघा के नक्षत्र में हो रहा है, इस प्रकार से वर्णन होता है वहां पे. सो दैट इज हाउ दे ब्यूटिफुली टेल. एंड देन देर इज अ कि बोल रहे हैं कि आद्रा के नक्षत्र में वसंत संपात हो रहा था, और पीछे यानी कि इट्स इन द आद्रा के नक्षत्र में वसंत संपात हो रहा था, यानी कि समवेयर ओवर हेयर वर्नल इक्विनॉक्स वाज देयर. सो एक्चुअली दिस पॉइंट इटसेल्फ इज लाइक द चेंजिंग पॉइंट. और वो चेंजिंग होती है अर्थ के एक्सियल शिफ्ट की वजह से भी, क्योंकि अर्थ क्या करता है, यहाँ पे मैंने तुमको बताया था ना 23 डिग्रीज इट वॉबल्स. एंड दिस इज इन इंग्लिश इट इज famously known as nutation. The word is known as nutation, this wobbling. And because of this wobbling in years, this vernal equinox points moves. ये पॉइंट इधर उधर मूव करता रहता है, ठीक है, इस लाइन में भी मूव करता रहता है, ठीक है, इन दिस वे. एंड दिस इज व्हाट is all about the iron is all about this. मतलब किसका मूवमेंट चेक कर रहे हैं, इट्स अबाउट दिस वर्नल इक्विनॉक्स. इसका मूवमेंट चेक कर, आयमनांशा जो शब्द है इज अबाउट इज फॉर दिस पॉइंट्स मूवमेंट. ट्रस्ट मी, 99.99999% of astrologers in India don't even know this. रिमेन मतलब उसके आगे आयनांशा का शब्द का मतलब भी पूछने नहीं आता, उसके बाद तो उसका कॉन्सेप्ट तो पता ही नहीं सकते. ठीक है. So that's how now if you would have bought this book, in the top of it says based on 24 degrees Chitra Paksha Ainamsha. Everybody who has the book, you can just read on top of it 24 degrees based on 24 degrees Chitra Paksha Ainamsha. Now what is this? What is Chitra Paksha Ainamsha? What is Pushya Paksha Ainamsha? All those terms will start coming into it. So let me tell you about a dilemma that rishis and not dilemma exactly, but a very thoughtful way of doing things. Okay. तुम देखो, खुद सोचो ध्यान से कि पूरा you are looking into stars. How to choose a beginning point? This is a dilemma. How to choose a beginning point? कैसे चुने उस starting point को? किधर से नापना शुरू करें? That will be the question. That was the question which rishis stumbled upon. And there should be a prominent star, a very visible star, obviously with the naked eye, so that we can start the calculation. Everybody can start the calculation. Okay, from this point we will start our mapping of the whole star. Okay, we know, ठीक है, ये एरीज का पोर्शन है, ये वो है, लेकिन कैसे स्टार्ट करें, किस पॉइंट से स्टार्ट करें नापना, टू मेजर. Okay, so when they looked into Aries, so if I draw Aries will be something like this, like two stars like this, and like this. So something like this. Aries appears to be like this. But there was बस जो जो ये स्टार्स है ना, जो ये स्टार्स हैं, इनकी ब्राइटनेस बहुत डिम है, बहुत डिम है ब्राइटनेस में. It is not very obvious to point out to. So then Rishi said, कि, okay, we have been using nakshatras and everything, and we have been using. So what we will do is, instead of making this point or saying as a Mesh Ayanamsha or a Ashwini Paksha Ayanamsha, what we will do is, because these are not prominently visible stars, let's do a 180 degree opposite star. 180 degree opposite में देख लेते हैं कि वहां से उसको बता देंगे कि ये ऐसा है. So what they found is this beautiful constellation like this, of Virgo. Okay, like of Virgo, like something like this is there. Okay, something like this. And what they found is this very, very bright star, which is named as Spica, which we call as Chitra. We call it as a Chitra. Okay. So they said, okay, directly opposite, we are getting a very bright star. And now we will whenever we see that bright star directly opposite to it, we will call it as Aries as a starting point. And that's a very beautiful method to pinpoint. See, another problem that was there is this point of, if sun moves here, let's suppose sun is over here, we actually cannot see anything behind it because it's too bright. Only when moon is there, we can actually say, okay, moon के पीछे क्या है. So that is also one reasonable point कि हम लोग moon जिसके पीछे जा रहा है उससे 180 ले लेंगे तो पता चल जाएगा सन. जब it means when it is Purnima happening. What will happen in Purnima? When Purnima happens, moon is here, sun is here, exactly 180 degrees opposite. है ना, हम लोग साइंस में पढ़ते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली 180 डिग्रीज पे आएगा, फुल सारा सन का रेस मून पे जाता है और हमको पूरा दिखाई देता है. हमारा अर्थ कहीं बीच में यहाँ पे है. सो 180 डिग्री अपोजिट है. सो अगर हमें सन का एग्जैक्ट पोजीशन चाहिए तो हम पूर्णिमा वाले दिन देख लें कि किस स्टार के पीछे है, और उससे 180 डिग्री स्टार तो हमें पता ही है, तो हमें पता चल जाएगा. सो दैट्स हाउ दिस नेम ऑफ चित्रा कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. And because we are measuring this point, this movement of this, taking Aries as the starting point, okay, Aries as a starting point, which has been taken from Chitra. That is why we call it Chitra Paksha Ainamsha. Okay. There's another Ainamsha. So there are other schools of Jyotishis as well who said that's not correct. ये तुम लोग अलग अलग अपना कॉन्सेप्ट बना रहे हो. So what is happening is, this Pica star is exactly at 28 degrees. That is exact 28 degrees in Virgo. That is exactly the debilitation point of Venus. ठीक है, 28 degrees Virgo. So exactly 180 degree opposite लेकर के they do some start to calculate Aries. So there are other schools who take Ushya Paksha Ainamsha as well. Now I will not go in like, now what is this, what is, it's not needed. It's not needed. It's just for you to understand what Ainamsha means. What is the because these are not stable movements. They keep on changing, but it changes in very long duration because of this wobbling, because of the precession. Like na Earth ka aisa sa rotation bhi hota hai. Remember I told you about Earth's rotation. This happens in like 26 26,000 सालों में it will happen. So that will it will happen, and that's how it changes, keep on changing. And that is why there is a concept of Ainamsha that will come into picture. Ayan means movement, movement का हिस्सा. Amsha means हिस्सा, movement का हिस्सा. ठीक है, so that is why ayan amsha का word आता है, because we are calculating this from the starting point, from Aries. But we are that Aries itself has been decided based on Chitra Nakshatra, and that is why we are calling it Chitra Paksha Ainamsha. For more information, refer to the book. In the book, there will be page that has been there, and in that page that is written as, yeah, page number 12, nutation correction and Chitrapaksha, everything has been explained beautifully. You can go and read there. Okay, what is rate of ion challenge and everything has been described beautifully over there. ठीक है, so अब हमारे पास ना, everybody open the book and look at table number 10. No, page number 10.